Welcome back to Fit Focus Media, the show where we put the focus on fitness. Today we're joined by Coach G.
You know, like
Who was Coach G?
man, I spent so many time watching like Australian Got Talent. I love these people that they come from nowhere, very shy, come on the stage, then open their mouth and poof. I love it. I just spend time. I can't sing, but you know, I just sing on the toilet.
Hey, I am a shower karaoke legend.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best way to describe it. That's for sure.
Well, man, I love it. You know, like I don't know. I love it when they always show the history behind. And then very shy, and then come to the stage, and then Simon, hi, how are you? What do you do for work? I'm a homeless. Oh, you homeless? Yeah. So everyone got like a history.
Yeah.
And then
opens the mouth, and it's just.
And some of the judges, they kind of judge like, oh, maybe this guy's not very good. And then when they're oh. So yeah, I just love it. These things.
It's it is pretty cool when you see people who are just they don't look like it, and we always try not to make judgments, like judge a book by its cover, but we do. It's a human part of it.
Exactly.
You're never going to get rid of that. It's just a part of what makes you. But when you make those judgments and then it gets completely wiped out like straight away, it's a pretty cool feeling. It's a good lesson to yourself just to stop and think for a second.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. I love it.
Hey, man, but thank you for being on the show. We'll get into things and sort of kick it off.
We started?
We're going to start it, man. That was a good start. I like
really?
that. I reckon that was good.
Oh, wow.
But, hey, for everyone who does not know, we are joined today by Coach G. So who is Coach G, you might be wondering? Well, he's a person just like you and me.
Yes.
But, G, I'll let you give a little bit more of an introduction for the peoples. Who are you?
First of all, thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here. My name is Jerson, but no one can pronounce my name right.
Jerson?
You did well.
There we go.
But I usually say, Jerson like Germany. Oh, you from Germany? No, it's just one way so you can try to say my name right. So they call me Jason.
Ooh.
I say, yeah, Jason Derulo. Or they call me, or they call me Garrison.
Nice.
Because if you spell like Gerson, if you read, you're gonna call me Garrison.
Yep.
So that's why I create like Coach G. I'm a personal trainer. I'm originally from Brazil.
Nice.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Australia for?
I have been living in Australia for 9 years.
Hey.
Since 2013.
Jesus.
Lived in Sydney for 8 years. And I moved to Sunshine Coast for love.
Hey, I mean,
and then after 5 months, we broke up.
But at least you got out of Sydney.
Yeah.
I guess some friends who absolutely love Sydney. I went there for
exactly. There's like Queensland, South Wales. What do you guys have like with each other? Like,
I mean, technically, everyone is gonna hate me now because I'm actually Victorian originally.
Oh, okay.
Victorian by birth. I feel more like a Queenslander though. Queensland is my choice. I also lived over in the UK and a couple of Europe for about a year and a half. But yeah, originally from Victoria, and then I moved up to Queensland almost a year ago. So a year next month.
Okay.
Yeah, but I went to Sydney for the first time a few weeks back, actually in between those two ICN shows. And maybe it was just because of the amount of work that I had to get done at that point in time, but I just could not detach from it, could not enjoy it properly. And it just felt like a even more expensive version of Brisbane, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's my experience so far with Sydney. But, yeah, my man, how has it sort of been? Like, what was the reason for moving over to Australia, to start with?
So, in Brazil, I did bachelor in social communication and advertisement. And I used to work with marketing. And then, I decided to come to Australia to learn English and have the overseas experience, And when I came to Australia, I couldn't speak any English, man. Like, And I didn't have any.
And now you're pretty much doing better than me.
And I didn't have any money, you know. I have a funny story. Like when I come to Australia, man, I had to work in construction because I couldn't speak English.
Done that
so
as well.
You know, like as the most students, you know, like you need to pay for your school, you need to pay your rent, for your food. So I remember I was working with this guy, and he was driving the truck, and he parked on the front of the shop, and I had to buy. It's like a socks, look like an umbrella you put in your shin, so you know, like, so avoid to come dusty in your shoes. It's like an umbrella. And then you know, like I remember when I come to Australia, this guy, man, if you need to do some question, you just say, can I have water? Can I have one Big Mac? So it's a question, you know, you're gonna be fine with that. And then this guy, you just go to the shop and get the stuff. Say, okay, what is the name? So because I know the questions, can I have and the name of the thing? He said, Dick. Yes, ask for a dick, but say please in the end, you know. So you sound polite. Man, I got in the shop, say, can I have one dick, please?
You got to be polite when you're asking for the dick, my man. Just saying, it's a rule in Australia. We don't just forcefully ask for the dick. We are very, very polite when we're asking for it. Always.
And then, man, they started laughing, and then I think my accent is too strong. I think I'm gonna try to speak loud so they can understand me. Say, can I have one dick, please? And then remember this lady come in the shop eating her sandwich. She's and then say, oh my gosh, what's happening? You know, gonna try.
At the time you don't know like what you're you don't know in English, you don't know what you're actually saying.
Yeah, exactly. and then I say, I'm gonna try to speak slowly so they can understand me. Can I have one dick, please? Man, I just left the shop very upset, and then
you're just confused. You didn't know what's going on.
And then I asked for my mate, man. I don't know what's happening. No one can understand me. Can I have that question, right? Dick is the stuff, man. I don't know what's happening. And then he said, Gerson, dick, and then he said in Portuguese. And then after 10 minutes, I realized he was like, joking, prank me.
Yep, you got hard.
But yeah, that's funny, you know? Like
that was decent. And that is the introduction that you get when you come into Australia, my man.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. So yeah, and then, you know, after 3 years in Australia, I met an Australian lady, and then we stayed together for 4 years. So yeah,
nice.
And that's the way I got my PR.
Yep.
And now I'm just waiting for my citizenship. Like they invite me for the ceremony.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah. No official, huh?
Not official, but it's in the pipeline,
yeah,
which
exactly.
is always just a good thing to know. No, that's awesome. But before we sort of get into, I guess, rolling through the questions, going to kick things off. A little bit of a game, my man. So you're the special one, so you're going to get the big whiteboard. I get you to throw in that little one over there. Fantastico. You should have stand that pillow up for us as well, if it's alright. Yeah, there we go. All right, so you get to choose of a color. Which color would you like? We've got green, we've got red, we've got blue, we've got black.
Red.
Red. All right. You got the blue light and the red pen. I got the red light and the blue pen. All right. So pretty much all we're going to be doing here is just going to run through a few different. We'll start with exercises. Okay. So we're going to go with the best exercise, like your favorite exercise, like the best and the worst, as coming from a coach. Okay, so we're going to start with different muscle groups. We're going to go, we'll start with, say, back, okay? Best exercise for back and the worst exercise for back, all right? Write it down, and then we're going to compare and see how we go.
That's it.
Three, two, one, let's go with the reveal.
Best?
Single arm row.
Single row, yeah.
Worst.
Really?
Single
Why?
arm row.
I love it.
I hate the dumbbell single arm row.
I love it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no,
What?
I cannot stand it.
Why?
It's one exercise I've just
I
never.
love it, man. Oh.
I get too much bicep activation. It's one of those things for me. It's just it's all bicep. I'm not a fan.
Oh.
I love though T-bar row machine.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
You might.
I actually prefer the machine version over like a bar, like the free weight barbell, where you're just using the bar jammed into like a thingamajig, just because of like the way the platform just puts you on. It's just a nice motion. I guess because I like bent over rows, and that T-bar row machine, I feel just puts you in a better angle. So that's my favorite, and that is actually my least favorite.
Wow, I love single arm row, man.
I know, right? Hey, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? Eh? And then pull-ups. Oh,
It's my worst one. I don't.
why's that?
I don't like it. It's like, oh my gosh.
Is it because it's actually hard?
Yeah, it's hard.
Like I want the easy one.
Exactly. After like, you try to do like 10 reps to 15 reps, 3 rounds. And then when you're doing your second round, you can even do like 10,
Just get big, mate.
Exactly. You get big, you get heavy.
big.
You get heavy.
Yeah, it makes it harder.
And how are you going to pull up yourself?
Get good, Coach G.
Yeah.
There we go. Now hey, I mean, it's kind of interesting, how like you can have the exact same like opposites, really.
Yeah.
All right. So going again, best and worst. All right, you're up. Pick the muscle group.
Legs.
Legs.
I love it.
All right. So, that's why I turned my notifications off, so my alarm didn't go. All right, we're gonna turn that on. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. This is gonna be. Yep, you good?
Yeah.
Okay, we got 3 seconds on, so cancel that one. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, split squats. Yeah, actually, I forgot about split squats. Hey, back squat. Yeah, I used to love back squat, but it's one of those things I just can't be bothered having to like warm my hips up all the time properly for it.
What is the one? What is the bridge leg press?
Bridge leg press. It's a leg press variation that they actually have at World's Gym in Stafford, and pretty much you know how you know how your leg on a leg press normally comes like here. Like that.
Okay, yeah.
The way that bridge leg press is set up, it's like your leg actually like sweeps over and you can keep it in like a perfect alignment really naturally.
Okay.
So your leg stays like dead straight. You can go super narrow, super low, super high.
Okay.
And it is just all on the quads.
Okay.
It's fantastic. I absolutely love it.
This
is my representation.
I don't have this machine in my gym.
Yeah, it is a bit of a specialty machine, but since finding it is my favorite leg variation.
Oh, really?
I used to love squats though. I
love squats, man. Oh my god, I love do my PBs. So when I was doing strength and conditioning, I did 180 for 1 rep.
Nice.
Love it with a good depth.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, good technique.
Back squats always.
Remember, guys, if you do back squats, depth.
Get low.
Get low. I don't want to like.
Low.
Some guys they do back squats. Okay.
100%. 100%. I'm gonna see if I can pull up on one of my older Instagrams. So because when I got into the gym, I got into sort of more of the powerlifting scene. That was what I enjoyed. So I actually enjoyed doing the big 3. There's a 200. Here we go. So this here.
What? 200 kilos.
So this is 2019. Okay. So 2019, first time I'd ever tried to do like a 3. Like I did like the big 3, like one after the other after the other. I went in doing just squats to start with, so I actually did a triple instead of a single. So that was hitting 180 for a triple.
180.
Yes, that's 180.
180 for triple.
180 for triple.
Man, your machine.
So my PB squat is 220.
220. Look at the depth,
So
guys.
I get depth.
Oh my gosh.
I get some depth.
Wow. How old are you?
That was 18.
Just a little question. You have rugby background?
No, so
Because usually
everyone says that I should play rugby. Being from Victoria, we actually curse rugby. It's a sin. We play AFL in Victoria, so I played like AFL football, or like Australian rules growing up. Wasn't very good at it. I wish I had been. Again, that's why I say I'm more a Queensland person. I wish I was born in Queensland because I think I would have done well in rugby.
Because I got like soccer. I don't know. You guys say soccer or football here? Soccer background, but. I have met so many young guys with rugby background. It's very common do like back squats, 220, deadlifts, like because they grow doing powerlifting.
Yeah. So like powerlifting was, I guess, my thing. Like when I first got into it. So 18, my back squat was.
Oh my gosh.
180 for a triple, and then straight after that.
It's my dream.
Straight after doing that, I was like, let's go and do deadlifts. So that was also the first time that I ever pulled 200 on a deadlift that day.
200.
Yep. So. Form could have been a little bit better, but we ripped it.
So your PB is 200.
PB ever is
my PB
220.
220.
Yeah. So
I won't tell my PB.
My squat and my deadlift are
205.
Hey.
But because my technique wasn't good, and then Josh from Revel helped me. Hey, thanks so much.
That was conventional as well. And I sumo now. So I used to be a conventional and now I sumo.
Wow.
Yeah. And then that was also, I was like, fuck it, let's go.
Man, I love powerlifting. I love powerlifting.
So that was also the first time I ever benched 140.
140?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. My PB is 147 and a half.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. My all-time PB on bench is 145.
145. Man, you're a beast. I love powerlifting. You just feel strong, huh?
Yeah, it's one of those things. I haven't done my powerlifting movements in ages, to be honest. Part of me wants to go back to it. Part of me just is like it was a phase. It was fun.
And then I feel like powerlifting should give you a really good foundation, and when you do bodybuilding, you just smash it.
Yeah,
like I was talking to Michael, the overall from Men's Physique.
Yep.
42 years old. He's amazing. Michael, you're amazing. You're my idol. Man, he said he used to do powerlifting.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, so that's great. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I used to absolutely love it. So to see a back squat on there makes me very happy. And it makes me a little bit sad that it's no longer, I guess, my number one.
The worst one.
It was just like hip impingements and stuff like that.
My worst is
Bulgarian split squat.
Exactly. Like, you know what I do with my clients? I know you hate me, guys. Some ladies, we do superset, we do like hip thrusters and split squats.
Ooh.
And they want to kill me.
Yeah, I'm the same when it comes
to... Have you done this superset, like hip thrusters with split squats?
My coach normally does like walking lunges with it, and for me, split squats and lunges, I put them in the same category. I hate them both equally.
And if you do hip thrusters and split squats, 1/4, 1 full.
Yeah, can I change I had stiff leg deadlifts. That's mainly just because I do them like a lot now and I'm just sick of doing them. But that's because I don't do split squats.
Yeah.
So that I don't do split squats because I guess I hate them that much. So I actually changed that. Gee, you've done a good job here. Split squats suck.
Okay.
All right. Go. That's a fun one.
It's your turn. You're gonna pick.
I'm trying to think. We'll do one more. We'll go with.
You don't have many options.
Well, no.
I'm just
trying to think of like.
You have arms.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what is like a weird exercise that I actually really enjoy. I'm trying to think like how weird can I get with this to make it a little bit spicy and interesting.
Okay. Arms, shoulders, what else? Abs. No.
No, come on. No.
Oh, my clients say, "Oh, Gerson, I want to have abs like you. Can you send me some exercise?" And man, no, you need to lose body fat.
Yeah. No, you
lose body fat.
You just sit in front of a treadmill.
Yeah.
And you're like, go stand on this thing and move for the next 36 hours. 36 hours a day. Yeah, that's how long it needs to be on it. 36 hours in a day. All right, we'll go with. We'll go with chest. Yeah.
Oh.
Just round it out. You know. It's one of those strong points. So we'll go with some chesticles. So, best. Worst.
Right.
This ICN group chat just will not stop going off. Come on, boys, give it a break for 10 seconds. I'm trying to film a podcast here. Far out. All right, 3, 2, 1. Bench press and incline bench press. Yeah, incline's a bit of a weird one. For me, iso hammer chest press.
Oh.
As a plate loaded, where your back's like back supported, plate loaded, up like that.
Oh yeah. Why?
Because I love the motion of having my arms actually go from out to in, so you actually get that sort of like that inner squeeze a little bit more. Bench press again, I loved bench press, and I used to bench 3 times. I used to bench 3 times a week just to do powerlifting. But for chest growth, I prefer that extra movement.
Funny story. I was doing bench press with my arch. It's more like powerlifting when you use your arch. So when you use your arch, it's more like it's the technique to lift more.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're gonna
just helps.
You're gonna expand your muscles. You're gonna have like big tits. So like the difference of flat, you can maximize more.
Yep.
And then I was doing like 147 kilos, and my pec was very small. I say, man, what's happening? Like 147, and then realized that the technique,
you got an arch,
the powerlifting technique is just more strength, more to lift more weights.
Yep.
And when you do your flat one, you maximize. You like.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's possibly a reason I like the iso hammer, is just because, again, for having that powerlifting background, I liked to have, not a massive arch, but just a comfortable arch for me. And I feel like I can go a lot flatter and a lot more isolated when I'm doing, plus because it's independent as well. So I know that I'm not getting, I guess, one side that's overpowering the other. And again, just that little like extra inward motion I find is really nice, just to help get that squeeze in.
Have you had any injury in your shoulders?
Yes.
Look.
Ooh. Not fun.
So I've been like preparing myself for 12 weeks, and I have been managed my shoulders for 12 weeks. Like, because I think I have been doing so much bench press.
Yep. Oddly enough, I messed my shoulder up doing my favorite exercise one time. This is again back in those days where, benching 140 and all this sort of stuff. I think I had like 160 on like an iso hammer chest press. Moving the weight was fine, but it was actually like, that little, you get to like the bottom of the rep, and then you've got this extra little bit to actually put it down, and trying to like slip, because normally, just slip forward so it can like drop back out from under you. One hand slipped, the other hand didn't, and it's pulled me back and just absolutely messed up everything. It's fairly good now, but I have not, that was pretty much when my bench strength started to decline, and I have not been able to bench ever the same since then. It messed up some things in there, so be careful when you're doing exercises. Be careful, guys. Be careful. Same as I've had some issues with like hamstrings, like slight tears in your hamstrings from doing deadlifts, and also from playing football as well growing up. So I think that's another reason I probably venture away from doing the powerlifting stuff these days, is just because I was running into injuries and issues, and I wasn't doing the precautions that were necessary, like, warming up enough, stretching enough. It's just, I wasn't doing it. And to be honest, right now, I would just rather do other forms of training.
Exactly.
Yeah. Phases, I guess. We pick and choose what we want to do at different times.
Yeah.
Incline bench press, so I can agree with you.
Incline it?
Absolutely.
Because when I do the flat bench press, I'm already so tired here.
Yep.
I don't know, I just feel like so much harder than flat, because I don't know, like.
In saying that, I will counter that, because I agree that I hate the incline bench press, but I love incline dumbbell bench and I love incline hammer press. The reason I don't like the incline bench press is just because the angle they set that bench to, man.
And you feel your shoulders as well.
Exactly. The angle is way too high, but if you do it on like like say your adjustable benches where you can set that angle a little bit lower, great exercise, and it is great for your upper chest. But just the default incline is not good. And not having the ability, I don't know why they just don't make incline bench presses where you can adjust the back. That would kind of solve the issue. For me, it's a dumbbell fly. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Flying movements in general, I'm not a massive fan, like pec decks, dumbbell flies. Mainly for me, it's just because I feel, again, when you get to a certain point, it's just a lot of pressure on your rotator cuffs, and having shoulder injuries before, it's just not worth it. I'm not a fan.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
I would say, you love them. Most people love it because of that squeeze. And again, I'm fine with it. If you're doing like, say, like maybe I guess like say just like the upper half even. I like the issue I run into is when you're going back too far and then you're just putting your shoulder in a dodgy position. It is very easy to make a mistake, slip a little bit, and just cause a massive injury. And for the actual growth that you get out of it, for the growth you get out of it, I feel you're better off doing a pressing movement over a fly movement most of the time, personally. All right, getting rid of that one. Move on to a different form of question, man. What is the go-to music in the gym?
Oh,
yeah. What's the genre that you go to? That style that just
depends,
when you need to.
Depends on the day.
Depends on the day. All right. So this round we're gonna go the genre. Next round we're gonna go. What is the PB song?
The PB song.
The PB song. We all have a song that's like when we're ready just to rip shit off the ground. We just want to move weight. There's a song we go to. So first off, the genre. 3, 2, 1. This should be a pretty quick one. 3, 2, 1.
You are my fire. Believe when I say I want.
Well, thank you for tuning into the show. We're done. All right, G. Okay, no, you know what? I can respect your opinions.
Okay.
I can disagree with it.
Okay,
I can respect it. I mean, when it comes to genres, I'm a screamo guy. So you know, metal, rock, punk, screamo, anything with aggression in it. And just some yelling.
I love poppy. Pop music. I love pop music. I don't know why. But I love
Complete
that.
damn opposite.
One Direction. What else?
I can believe that. Yeah.
Can you play on One Direction?
No, there's copyright, man. I can't be playing.
No.
music.
Can you play your guitar?
Oh no, I don't learn trash. Sorry.
Just Bieber. Just Timberlake.
Yes, Timberlake always.
Jason Derulo. Ooh. Jason Derulo.
All right, moving on from that then. Okay. Favorite song, like the PB song. So the song when you just want to move some heavy ass weight.
Okay. Ready?
3, 2, 1, go. Hall of Fame. That used to be one of my PB songs.
Oh, really? I love the one.
Yeah, no, that was legitimately one of my deadlift PB songs all the time. Then it switched over to Diary of Jade by Breaking Benjamin.
What is that? Can you play?
Yeah.
Man, how upset.
I haven't, like, it hasn't been for a while.
You can be the best.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's probably Into the Fire by Arcane Alexandria, or Bad Omens. I love that song. But yeah, like say the day where I hit all of those PBs, the song I just had on repeat was this. Beside you, so let me ask, would you like that? Would you like that? We covered a little bit before on the prep, the experience, and that sort of stuff. But moving forward from that show, what are the sort of, do you have future goals to compete? Do you have, like, what are the next aspirations or the next things you're looking at?
So why I did like this bodybuilding competition, I just did to learn more about like body composition, to become a better coach, to develop myself as a coach. So when I decided to do my prep, I didn't have much time. I just had 12 weeks.
Yeah, that is short. I know, like, say we had yesterday, I think her prep was 30 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's 30?
Yeah, 30.
30 weeks. So, yeah, I was with 107 kilos, probably between 20% of body fat. And I was, quoting with a few coaches, and some coaches suggest, I'm sorry, man, I really need at least 25 weeks or 30 weeks to work with you. You have so much potential, you have so much muscles, because I was doing strength and conditioning.
Yep.
Man, I don't wanna do in 12 weeks. So then I found this coach that helped me, that trusts me, and say, man, let's do that. I'm gonna smash it.
Yeah, nice.
Just tell me what I need to do. And what happened? I lost like 1 kilo per week. Actually, if you see my spreadsheet, in the first week I lost like 3 kilos because it's just water. Water. and I lost 16 kilos in 12 weeks and 20 kilos in 15 weeks. So from 107, I finished with 87 kilos. So yeah, man, I just learned so much, like, because, you know, like, how you lose body fat. I just did my 1,000 steps. I was lifting every day, like 6 days per week, calorie deficit, and sleeping well, you know?
I think, to be honest, that's like the last one is probably one of the main ones that actually gets overlooked, to be honest, is the sleep aspect.
No, you need, if you don't sleep very well, I just feel like a shit.
'Cause it's like,
and stressed.
Exactly, because if you don't sleep properly, there's like, you're not going to have the energy to train, you're not going to have the energy to do the steps, you're not going to have the self-motivation or the self-awareness, like, you're going to be hungrier, you're going to want food to try and compensate the energy, you're going to be less likely to, stick to what you know you're meant to be doing. And yeah, that's actually, it doesn't get brought up a lot in the discussions of a contest prep. It's normally the food, the diet, the exercise.
No, you need to sleep well.
Yeah. That is a really good...
And I had to run my business.
True.
And my business, I deal with people, and they come after my energy. So, you know, I had to be very mindful in protect myself and save my energy for my clients and for the right people. You know, like, so.
But man, that is a ridiculous transformation. So like you said 17 kilos that you lost in 12 weeks.
107 to 87 kilos.
Jesus Christ.
So
have you ever been that lean before, or have you ever like dieted before? Or
no, it's my first bodybuilding competition, my first like prep as a bodybuilder. And man, like, I just learned so much, and you know, like, I just want to prove to anyone that everything's possible. You know, there is no one better than you. You know, you can, if you have a dream, if you have a goal, you can make happen. You know, like, I'm no better than anyone here. You know, I'm the same as you.
Yeah.
As my clients. So my purpose was show them that they can do it as well. You know, like, and you can still be kind, a nice guy, not cocky, no ego, you know, because we know, like, in your industry, it's so much ego involved. So I learned so much, like, and I don't know, I think changed me a little bit as a person, because I can use this journey for everything, for my business, you know, for everything that I want to achieve.
Yeah, I think that's like the other thing that sort of like surprised me right out of the gate is losing such a massive amount of weight in a short period of time. The way your body actually recomped, like to have such a great package up on stage, but also, like, you know, you're coming in out of that process into the reverse diet, still in a really good headspace, sticking to things properly. It hasn't been this massive sort of, you know, yo-yo where you've just dropped all the weight and then you're bouncing back straight away. Like, you're actually putting, I guess, like proving that you can do it properly as long as you stick to it and believe in the process and, you know, just sort of trust it. A lot of, like, you know, people, and myself included, run into the issue where, like, we'll diet, lose a lot of weight, and then it's just like it's a rebound pretty much, you know, like, you fall off the wagon, and it's just, as soon as you have that first cheat meal post show or whatever, it's just hard to stop again. But it's a real testament to be able to actually go through that process, lose the weight, get up on stage, have a great time up there, meet some amazing people, and then actually pull yourself back out of it and just continue on with business, with life, with food, you know, and actually progress from it and not regress in the end. So that's a
thanks so much, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna test one of these out.
Thank you. No, I made so many friends, man. Like, on the first show on Sunshine Coast, I was a little bit on my zone. And then in Brisbane, I say, you know, I'm gonna just have fun and make some friends. And I made so many connections. Actually, I created like a group with 20 people.
Yeah, and I'm fortunate enough to be in that group as well, and there's amazing people in there.
Amazing people.
Everyone is awesome. It's actually
You learn with everyone.
It is quite to be honest, it's quite surprising. Didn't really expect this massive community aspect to come out of it. But it's really been really quite overwhelming just how positive and supportive people are. Hearing the journeys and transformations that everyone has actually gone through to get to that stage is quite inspiring. And see it in a natural federation as well is amazing.
That's why, man, we are a new generation. We're here to change. I know, I wanna, I come from like a CrossFit background, but it's a community. Everyone help each other. You need to bring this aspect to bodybuilding as well. No one's better than anyone. We can help each other as well. Less ego. So that's why. I create this group and try to add everyone so everyone can help each other. We are on the same boat.
Again, I think it's one of those things as well, and it's another testament to yourself, is a lot of times in situations like that, it could go one of two ways. You could have this really great community aspect, or you could have absolutely none of it whatsoever. What it takes is for one person to actually go out of their way to be themselves, to show their personality, to show what it can be, and actually make it a thing. So again, that just comes down to your own personality and your outgoingness and just that positive energy that you give off. I remember when, the first time I met you was the day before show, and you just, we've been talking a little bit on Instagram. You just came up and had a good conversation. I was like, is this guy a day out from show? The energy is off the wall. He's being friendly. He's being bubbly. And it was great to see. It really made me, I guess, it eased my nerves as well going into shooting that show. So you've done a fantastic job with getting that group together. It is a fantastic community that you're helping to create, and everyone in there is really enjoying that positive aspect. I see new people getting added every other day, and as soon as someone gets added, it's just this welcome, how are you? There's photos going in, there's videos going in there of people's day, of people's diets, and that's one of those massive things where we've had this issue in the past where athletes will compete, they'll do amazing job, but then they feel really isolated coming out of the show, and they find it really daunting to try and get back into a social aspect and to do that reverse diet. And sometimes the biggest thing you need is just the reassurance that you're not alone, and that there's other people in the same situation who are going through the same stuff. And if you have any questions or concerns, you know that there's people you can trust who can help with it.
They have so many knowledge. Oh my God, this group that is so much knowledge to share.
From competing knowledge to professional knowledge to life knowledge to everything. Now, one thing I did actually want to touch on with yourself, because losing that weight is amazing. It's a massive testament, but that wasn't the only, I guess, obstacle that you were overcoming going into that show. You had a pretty significant injury as well, I believe. Yes. Are we able to dig a little bit deeper into that and just
sure.
about what happened?
So in 2017, I used to work in construction, and I used to work as a dogman. You know what is dogman? No. These cranes?
Yeah.
So the guy who stay on the ground, who tie the loads.
Yep.
They call the dogman.
Yep.
And I used to do this job, and one day I was helping the crane operator to put some timbers on the floor, and he was dropping about 2 tons of timber. And then I landed, and then when I took the chains off, the timbers fell completely on my body, dragged me. Lucky there was a pallet with some furniture behind me, so I got stuck, And I thought I was dying, because I was almost passing out, but. Yeah. So what happened, I tore 3 ligaments, PCL, MCL, ACL, plus meniscus. And man, I had 3 surgeries in the row. I lost the ability to walk, like kind of affect my relationship, and yeah, it was very very hard. Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, man, was this time, yeah. So I had to relearn everything again, and the doctors say, hey man, you won't be able to lift as I used to lift before or run, and I think it's just mine, like, and now I used to talk to myself, man, if you go to YouTube, you see people lifting without their legs, without their arms. They 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 do marathon and wheelchair. Say, man, it's not, my knee won't stop me. And slowly I started doing CrossFit, and then get my confidence back, and yeah, like, yeah, today, like, I'm a personal trainer, and I use this experience to inspire people, to show that everything's possible. Like, I have done a bodybuilding competition, half marathon. I'm gonna do another one. Yeah, everything's possible. Like, and like, I lost a little bit of the range of my knee. Like, if you see, like,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
like, I don't care. I still doing everything. I still playing soccer. So just prove that it's mine.
Yeah, I think that is a massive thing. It is one of those situations where we can sort of take things at a face value, or we can question it a little bit, and it really comes down to sure, you're not going to be able to do it straight away. You don't want to rush into things. You do want to ease back into it and take your time, but you just want to try and commit yourself
Yeah.
to those goals. The reality that you set for yourself, the beliefs that you have towards it are really going to sort of carry over into where things go. If you, from the beginning, had a thought, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to do that. Then would that recovery have gone as smoothly as it did? Possibly, possibly not. But having that goal in mind, having that correct attitude, having that perseverance towards it, really just makes a massive difference in getting yourself back into the gym, getting yourself back out to doing the things that you used to be doing, and really sort of progressing that recovery to where you are now, being able to go through an injury like that, which could have very easily ended completely for you,
Yeah.
to doing a full recovery, going from not being able to walk at all to walking again properly, to doing, to running, to playing soccer, to losing 20 kilos and competing on a bodybuilding stage.
Yeah.
It is a massive testament to yourself again, and you've done not only something that is out of reach for the majority of people, that most people can't even bring themselves to do, and commit to a diet to get down to that state, but doing it coming out of another life-changing injury is quite incredible, man. So,
Yeah. Man, and man, like, sometimes, of course, sometimes you have some negative thoughts that come to your mind, and always when I have these thoughts, I always think, man, I should be grateful. Why? Because there are plenty of people fight against cancer, like, with several disease, and I'm here, alive, health. So it's the way I feel powerful when these thoughts, when I try to put me down, I just sweet, like,
Yeah.
I just say, hey, there are people that would love to be where I am now. So
Exactly.
don't be ungrateful.
Exactly. So
like,
we're always going to have negative thoughts when there are negative situations, but we really can sort of choose how we interpret them and how we respond to them.
Exactly.
Having a negative thought isn't innately a negative thing. It simply gives you the ability to look at something from that aspect,
Yeah.
which can be really beneficial, and it actually allows you to step outside the box for a second, see it from that other light, and use it as a learning experience and a growing tool to actually persevere and continue to grow. So I think, a lot of people get caught up on the fact that they might have negative thoughts regardless of what it is about, but seeing a negative thought as a negative thing.
Yeah.
But you can easily flip that, see it from a different angle, and just try and grow and progress from it, and use it to aid you in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Nice. How about, so with the coaching business itself, you have made the move, they've made the decision to make a big move after going from Sydney to the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah.
Where are we off to now?
So I decided to move to Brisbane.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
So, like,
not biased at all.
It's still, everything is still very fresh, still make some decisions because I build a really beautiful community in Sunshine Coast, I have so many beautiful clients. It's really hard because I feel like, I'm gonna start from the scratch again, but not really. But yeah, so I think in Brisbane I'm gonna have more exposure. I can touch more people here, and yeah, so I'm still set up everything, websites, set up all my business, and you guys gonna know soon what I'm gonna do is surprise, Yeah.
And I think it's one of those things, people are, myself included, we're always sort of nervous about starting, new things or going to new places because we're afraid that we're going and starting back at square zero. Realistically though, you're never starting back at square zero. Everything that has happened in the past, it's all experience, it's all knowledge.
Exactly.
It's much easier to rebuild something, in a different location than it is to actually start from that zero. You're going back in with the previous knowledge, the previous experience, the previous relationships. And really, it's one of those things where I feel we get very comfortable in the place that we are. We get very comfortable in the situations that we're in. And sometimes it does take a shift, a rift to actually push us to go for more and to be more. You can only progress so far in one environment, and sometimes you need to take those core things that you've learned, those core elements, execute them in another place, and that's where you can actually develop that growth.
If you want to grow, you need to be out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
You can't be. Now I'm feeling very comfortable, so that's why now in my stomach's like, oh my god, what am I doing? Is the right decision? That's very good feeling because.
That probably means when you have those feelings, that probably means it's the right decision.
Exactly.
It's like if we go to the gym, we're lifting the same weights for the same reps every single time, day in, day out for 10 years. Are we really going to see much progression? No, it's when we put ourselves in uncomfortable positions, when we put ourselves through these stresses. You can only really grow when you're in a place of uncertainty and damage in a sense. Like you need to be, you need to break something to rebuild it. Otherwise it's just, it's how it is. It's already built. So I think that's great. And you speak about, these fears of leaving the communities behind that you've built. And again, I think that's another concern of a lot of people, especially in personal training industry or where it is face-to-face direction. Another way to potentially look at that is it's actually showing that community that sometimes it takes the courage to pursue the goals, to pursue the dreams, to step outside and actually leading by example of those things that you believe in, and showing that whole community that, hey, if you want something, you can go do it. You can take that leap. You can take that risk. And there is an area of uncertainty, but this is the best way to, the only way really to do it. So I feel like that concern is not really a concern, and it could actually be very beneficial to those people. They might not say it, you might not ever hear it, but there are so many times that, myself included, where people will do things, whether it's acts or they'll say things, this, that, and the other, and it will influence me. I will grow from it, I will develop from it, and they never find out about it. It just happens in the background, which I think could be a massive occurrence in your situation.
Yeah. Let's see what's gonna happen, huh? Doing my bodybuilding prep, I thought that training would be the hardest because you see on YouTube the guys, sweating a lot, he's screaming, and say, oh my gosh, the training is gonna be very hard.
Training's the fun part.
The training is the
fun part.
Fun part. And then come nutrition, and then and then after 2 weeks, I mastered the nutrition. And then, okay, training's fun, nutrition's okay. And then posing.
Oh, really?
My
true,
gosh.
True, yeah.
Man.
And because posing is a massive thing. Yeah.
So, I used to see these guys in the gym look at the mirror, pose, and say, man, what he's doing, like... And now I understand, like...
It's not so easy, is it,
Jim? Exactly. These young fellas, they grow like posing the mirror. They don't have the physique. And when they get the physique, they smash on the stage because they already know how to pose.
Yep.
In my situation, was completely different. I got the physique. Actually, I got a really good physique. But man, I don't know how to pose.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's one of those things like you get the body, but you also need to know how to show it properly.
Exactly.
You got different lighting, you got different angles, like and you're next to other people at the same time, and you're depleted, and you have no energy. And
I was talking to one of the judges, Jay, and he said, Gerson, we can judge what we can see. So so it's if I do bodybuilding comp again, probably I'm gonna do next year because I want to understand more about like off-season building muscles.
Yep.
Man, I need to learn how to spread my lats. Oh, it's so hard.
I do not understand how people do a front lat spread. It is always boggled my mind.
Man, I find so hard. If I master it, if I learn how to spread my lats, I'm sure I'm gonna like place very well. But oh my gosh, like I don't know, guys. Do you agree with me, guys? It's hard to spread your lats because
it's insane. I mean, so like a photo shoot that we did post show was with one of the athletes, Connor Dunn. He loves the front lat spread and he does the front lat spread.
Exactly. Oh my god, Connor. Can you help me, please?
Like his front lat spread is actually ridiculous. So there's just so many shots. Like,
oh, that's amazing. That's why, man. I can't.
It's just like hands in, rotating.
Exactly.
It's just wings pop out of freaking nowhere. Full Chris Bumstead just
looks amazing, by the way. Yeah,
it's insane.
Good job.
But what was your what is like the favorite pose and the least favorite pose? Well, I guess we know the least favorite.
So my best posing, I think, is my back.
Yeah.
Because you can see all the muscles. Like I think it's the best. It's the best.
Just super shredded on your back.
It's the best. The best one. But yeah, like triceps, chest, biceps, abs. But I need to work on my fronts, like spread.
I think like front relaxed, front lat spread.
Yeah, back.
Front double bicep.
Because they judge the tape, like.
Yep.
And
just like the slight little like the twist of the hips and the like where you position your feet so that you can make your waist look a little bit different.
Man, actually, like after my first competition in Sunshine Coast, I had so much support from the competitors, from the guys like Caleb, Antonio, Kate.
Caleb is a great poser.
Like they help me a lot, man. Like they offer help. Like, man, hey, you got a great physique. Gee, come on, man, you need to learn how to pose. Like, what amazing guys.
That's another thing you don't really expect sort of going into it for the first time.
Exactly. What amazing. They like Caleb, Antonio spend like a lot of time with me, try to fix my posing. Like that's amazing. You see, like you don't need to have ego, like we are on the same boat, on different journey.
Exactly. So there is actually the self-awareness that it is very individual, which also means it doesn't make much sense to not help each other, because at the end of the day, you can only bring the best that you can. And
exactly.
As a competitor, you don't want to go against people who aren't competitive.
Exactly.
You want everyone else to be at the A game. You want the person who's actually the best at what they're doing.
The challenge is with yourself. It's not with others. Like if you doing one more rep, if you been posing, Antonio, he told him that he he poses like 1 hour every day.
Yeah.
It paid off because he got
his posing
first
is
timer,
insane.
like.
Yeah.
So.
Meanwhile, a lot of people find it like a struggle just to get to the gym for an hour a day, let alone, actually like training, nutrition, cardio, and then the posing on top of that. So it's a dedication, but it pays off a hell of a lot.
What I realized it like in the end, all the guys get the same physique on the stage. What's gonna make they wins the pose? If you train pose, you can hide your weakness.
Yeah, that was one massive
show your
thing.
strength.
Yeah, that was one massive thing for my coach Ash going into his show. It was just focusing on the posing, and he ended up taking out his pro card in men's physique.
Exactly.
And yeah, he testaments that just to knowing his body, knowing how to control it properly, knowing how to contract things in certain ways and certain angles, and just being able to come in tight and on point. It can make a massive difference. We've all seen the photos of what a pump and lighting can do. You add posing into the mix of that and actually knowing how to manipulate your body into the right position.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So for the next competition, I really need to find a posing coach
But yeah, that's another thing. He's actually really, I guess, fortunate in this community. Is there
maybe Mia can help me.
I was gonna say, that was exactly what I was gonna say. I see Mia putting it up there about doing posing coaching. I'm like, that is actually amazing. The fact that there is that
she's
available
amazing,
in the community.
Oh, she's amazing, man.
Yeah.
She's gonna,
Yeah. Mia is absolutely fantastic, competing at nationals as well. And then thankfully, she's actually going to be coming on the show the week after that to do a bit of a recap on nationals, which would be really exciting. So keen to see what package she can bring to the stage out in Sydney. And I have high hope. Well, I feel like she's going to.
She's a very nice person as well.
Yeah,
so that's what you want,
person. Got to meet her backstage before getting up on stage, and super down to earth, nice person, which is always good. But I feel like it's a lot of people, a lot of people in the sport at the moment. I don't know if there's just been this massive shift over the past few years, or if we've just always had this negative connotation around it, and it hasn't actually been there. But I also had that similar view where I thought that people who competed were like egotistical. Exactly. It was very self-centered. There wasn't this community aspect. And the more and more that I have actually got into it, the more you see just how wrong that is. Which I suppose is another reason for doing this, is to actually show the average person or the wider community that hey, it's not something to be afraid of. It is actually great to be a part of. You can learn so much from so many different people in so many different avenues, and just grow and develop and be the best version of yourself, really.
Yeah.
When
are you gonna compete?
When am I gonna compete? I was thinking about it, man. I was thinking about it, honestly, after shooting the first ICN show this year, it actually made me really want to consider it, which is when I looked into getting a coach, and now I do have a coach. It just comes down to...
You got a coach, yeah?
I just got a coach recently, so we're kicking things off and it's going well, but it just comes down to time.
You can do it. You can run your business. You can prep yourself.
And again, maybe that's another perk to doing these.
It's no excuse, because I have met some people. They run big business, family, and then they go like nationals and
Yeah.
Like
there is part of me that definitely wants to just to see, just to push myself to that, to
exactly.
That and see how it goes. I think it would be a great learning experience just to get to know myself a bit better, and also to deliberately put myself under those, stresses. I don't know, I've always found that the more stress you can put onto yourself in a controlled environment, then the better it is, because that's, where the most growth comes. So if you can put yourself into a position where you are in a deficit, you have to hit your workouts, you have to hit your cardio, while you're also trying to study or do a business. If you can pull that all off, then it really makes the one thing on its own quite easy when you're not doing the other things. That's, I guess, my outlook on it. So it is definitely on the cards. It is definitely something that is being considered, but I'm not going to release an official date yet. I'm going to keep that one on the down low.
Yeah. What they say like, this is guy from England. I think his name is Jay. He say, easy work, hard life.
Yeah.
hard work, easy life.
Yeah, no, I have heard that.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
easy work, hard life.
Yeah.
Hard work, easy life.
Yeah. And it's like it's always been, if you can pick your stresses, then you're gonna have a lot more control and a lot more freedom. If you have things in your life that are imposing stress on you, they're gonna feel stressful. But if you actually pick the things that are causing you stress, then they're gonna seem a lot less stressful, and they're gonna be able to actually use them and grow from them. And one of my favorite quotes of all time is, you only get so many. Language warning on this one, from a book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. One of my favorite quotes of all time.
I read the one.
Yeah, one of my favorite quotes, which is, you can only give so many fucks in this life, so be careful what you give them to. I love that, and it really does ring true, where you just need to pick your stresses, the things that are actually important to you, care about them, and let everything else just be as it is. Yeah. Alrighty, G, so thank you very much for being on the show. It's been awesome to have a bit of a chat with you and get to know a little bit more about your story, where you're at the moment, and what the future holds for you. Is there any last, closing messages or things you want to, say for the audience, people who might follow yourself or the channel? Yeah.
Brandon, was a pleasure to be here. Doesn't matter where you're coming from, just have faith. And never give up, and keep it going. One day you're gonna achieve your dream.
Yeah, I think that ties in really well to what a lot of people have been coming over me and saying, which is just let that personality go. Let it be free. Let it be wild. As soon as you can, I guess, just get rid of the fears or the insecurities of what other people do think, and just be yourself, it really does just sort of brighten up your day. And you sort of help, honestly, you help people like me be able to do that. It's one of those things where when you see other people who do just be themselves, who do just shine and go for it, it helps a lot. So you're doing a fantastic job of actually, inspiring other people to do that. And thank you very much for being on the show. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have any questions, any comments, anything you would like to know, or anything you would like us to answer, please leave them down below. If you like the show, please consider dropping a like, a sub, all this sort of jazz. Check out G on Instagram, because he is a coach and he is pretty damn awesome. So thank you again. Enjoy your afternoon, your night, whatever it might be. Have a good one.
Beautiful.